So what we're going to be doing today is adding on the MOLLE panels to the back of the F-150 driver's seat. I've got the pieces already all unboxed, so what we're going to do is install it. The BuiltRight Industries website does a really good job at providing videos, but I'm really interested to see how easy it is to actually install here myself. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is put the top panel on, which looks like this guy right here. Sorry about the light, the sun's about to go down. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna mount it right here. It's just gonna go right like that. And what we need first are gonna be the screws, obviously. Actually, before we even get to that, all right, so we've got these clips which are going to go on the top of the seat rack, and what we need to do is put this guy in right like that. So we're going to go ahead and take this off, line it up. And there's going to be a little bit extra, which is fine. And all this is going to do is protect the seat hook there. I'll get the other one. We're going to do the exact same thing on that, and all we're going to do is just line it up right in through there. If you have any questions while I'm doing this, feel free to ask down below. And also while I'm doing this, it's a good time to ask, have you guys installed anything from BuiltRight, and what do you think about their quality? My experience has been, it's been amazing, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this works for me here. All right. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is attach this back behind like that. And what we're gonna need are some screws. And so, okay, so I've got my screws and washers here. So take this. And you're just going to want to hand tighten these to begin with only because, you know, we've got a bunch of things that we are going to be adjusting as we get along here. You're just going to want to make sure that it is mostly centered on the seat. Then I'm going to do hand tighten the other side as well. And then we'll go ahead and attach the other screw. And you may wonder, okay, so why are you doing this video if BuiltRight has those videos on their website? Well, the answer to that is to see how easy it is for a novice to actually install this, as opposed to somebody that works on those products all day long. As somebody that works in support and software and whatnot, I can tell you that when I'm working on a product, it's going to be totally different than when one of my customers is. So that is something that I definitely understand. All right, so we're just going to do the same thing on the other open bolt. And again, we're just going to hand tighten, and then we're going to kind of do our best at centering while we do this. When you're not on camera and can choose any angle you want, it's going to be so much easier than what I'm doing right now. All right, so that's hand tightened and mostly centered there. All right, and then according to the instructions, what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and look down at the bottom here. All right, so here's our screws here. There's a rubber. All right, so far what I've done is I've unzipped the sides here. And what we're gonna do is put this guy over through here. Actually, this one's gonna need it too. So I have enough room to get in there, because it's this hole right here that we're gonna be using. And there's one on the other side over there. All right, so let's have some fun. Let's get these clips. I'm just gonna go ahead and empty out all the screws and whatnot that are in this bag. Okay, so what we're gonna do is the flat side of this clip is gonna be facing us. Just want to make sure to line that up as best as you can. We're going to do the same thing over on the other side. Again, flat side facing us. All right. Let's see what we got as far as screws are concerned. All right, so what we're gonna do now is just continue hand tightening this guy on the bracket. All right, and then once that's hand tightened on there, all we're gonna do is use the impact wrench. There we go. Now that can go on like that. And be able to get that down before we attach it. All right, so last thing is now just going to be attaching the brackets. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Good. Awesome. Good to go. Not that one. All right, so again, I'm gonna use the impact driver. We're gonna do the 9/64 inch bit. Gonna put this guy on. Just be super careful while you're doing that. Again, it's just going to be loosely on there just so we've got a way to hold things in place. And let's go ahead and do it. We'll go ahead and put the center one on, and then from there, if we need to, we can choose something different. Basically, I just want to get the bottom on. That's the most important part for me right now. which it will need to slide. There we go. Got that loosely in there. And now we can handle the other guys. Again, just finger tightening for right now. Sometimes these things are easier said than done. All right. Again, just finger tightening it so that we can make sure that we can kind of get lined up exactly how we need to before we tighten everything down. All right. All right, so I got everything finger tightened, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and grip them all in. All right, I need a wrench and I'll be right back. All right, couldn't find a wrench, but needle-nose pliers should do exactly what I need here. Just gripping the end. So I don't torque my finger. There we go. That's on there really good, which is what you'd want. That way we don't have any rattling or anything moving around, but we'd still need to do the top, obviously. All right, good to go, nice and solid. All right, so last thing down below. Just need to make sure that this looks good as far as how we want it to be. And all we're gonna do is take the zipper and put it all the way down and we should be good to go. Probably just tie the zipper underneath there, zip tie it down. That way it's not gonna be in the way. All right, so now all I'm gonna do is just zip tie the zipper bottoms together. I don't think this is what they did in the video, but I'm happy enough. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. That way we know it's taut. And then we'll just zip tie it underneath. All right, so this project was not 100% perfect, but these projects rarely do go perfect for me. But to summarize, the project is pretty easy. I like the fact that it is going to be on there and I can actually use the back of the seats. That way I can use it for storage as well. That is something that is, one of the things with a truck that is important to me. All right, so the project is done. You can kind of see how things look. The finished product is not exactly 100%, the way that they did it in the video. However, it is nice and solid, and it didn't take a whole heck of a lot of time. The install took about 45 minutes total. Their website said that it would take between 25 and 30, and that's probably just because it's me and I don't have a whole lot of experience with these types of installations. So there you go, that's a novice review. I'm looking forward to attaching some MOLLE bags to this, including a first aid kit and then flashlight and stuff like that as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I invite you to do so. We do lots of things on the channel that a professional geek might find interesting. And with that, have a great day.